Hello, Mama. Today we are going to make your baby's first green or red vegetable puree. It's an awesome fast food and it is just the perfect thing to boost their iron levels since at this time their iron levels have gone down. Follow with me and let's see what we're going to do. So here we have green amaranth, or what we call dodo. This is red amaranth, or what we call buga in the Luganda dialect. We will be needing some oil and fat sauce, and I'll tell you why. This is a small amount of butter. We will not use all of it. This is some olive oil, and this is peanut butter. As you can see, rich as it looks. So let's get started. So just before we start cooking, let's talk about green amaranth. Green amaranth is locally known as dodo. It's sometimes a blend, but sometimes it's just green as it is, but also red and what we call buga. So these foods are very easy to cook. We will cook them in a way that we preserve the nutrients, especially by covering to keep the water from evaporating. Now, the question is, why should every mother give their babies vegetables? Number one, introduce dodo, nakati, buga, greens, locally available greens, but also things like spinach to babies because they are rich in iron, plant-based iron, and so they give a lot of that boost into the iron, for the iron they need, because they have used up the iron they need from when they are born, because they get iron from their mothers. Now, when baby reaches 6 months, this is a very important food to give the baby. Like you can see, I had already washed these vegetables and already chopped them. The advice is to really wash them thoroughly in at least 3 times to remove any grit or sand or any residue chemicals if you're not getting your own. And particularly buga. Buga is a vegetable that likes keeping a lot of sand and grit. So get them washed, and right after that you can add just some water, just enough water to cover the vegetable, because they steam quickly and they get ready quickly. Now, to ensure, like we've said, you preserve water soluble vitamins like vitamin C and B vitamins, we shall use a cover and set this to cook. I will also cook the buga, but let's start with the green amaranth. So this goes off to the fire. Now that we've set that off to cook, let's talk a bit about the nutritional profile of amaranthus. So amaranthus is grown really locally in Uganda, but it's also found in other countries like India, Mexico, and it is said that that's the origin of these vegetables. Now, these vegetables contain both water-soluble and fat-soluble vitamins. Specifically, the water-soluble vitamins are folate, which is very important in making your red blood cells. We also have vitamin C. Now, vitamin C is a very immune protective vitamin rather, and so we need our babies to be having these in their diets. That goes for all other green leafy vegetables as well. Then fat-soluble vitamins mostly is vitamin A and K. Fat-soluble and water-soluble, you might wonder what's the relevance. The relevance is that when you cook them, or when you cook them and eat them, you need to be able to get these vitamins into your baby's body. Now, fat-soluble means that you will only get this vitamin out of the vegetable if you use fat. Okay, that's why we have these different types of fat, so you can use any of these. And by the way, you can also use ghee if you don't want to use any of these. My family doesn't enjoy or use ghee, so this is what we are using. For people from the north, you could also use shea butter, which is meant for cooking. That's an alternative. The other reason why we include peanut butter is because peanut butter and sim paste are chock full of fats. They are full of plant fats, sorry. And these that means that you do not have to fry. You can just add it into your food. So water soluble means that you only will absorb them using water, but water soluble also means that they can evaporate. That's why we need to cover. Minerals are specifically calcium and iron, and you know iron is really critical in brain development, blood formation. So your baby will have their iron needs met, which is crucial. Now, because of these good ingredients or components of these vegetables, they have antioxidant properties and anti-inflammatory properties, which really contributes and boosts immunity. It's also loaded with fiber because it's cooked as it is and it's not processed. So the baby can have fiber, meaning will have very good gut health and good function of the gut and digestion. But that also means that constipation will be held at bay because fiber holds water to itself. The other important thing is that it's low calorie. So we want to train our babies to choose foods that are low in calories but highly nutritious. So let me just check on our vegetables and I'll be bringing them back shortly. So now we are back. Our vegetables are ready, but they're still a bit steaming. Let's give them a second or two while covered so that the vitamins don't evaporate. So we're going to put them in here and blend them. So now that we have those in the blender, let's get these cooking as well. Let's turn the blender on. So here is what his puree looks like. Let me just get a spoon and show you. So as you can see, it has become really soft. I boiled it as you saw me putting it in the saucepan, and then I allowed it to cool down, put it in the blender, and once it was blended, I really blended it smooth and then sieved it, through a strainer, and this is what I got. Now this is the liquid that came out of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this liquid gently so that the elements of the fat can melt in it. Okay, then I'll separate it into the different three and present them to you. Right, so here we have our pureed vegetable and our cooking water. So we are going to divide these into three so that we can have different types of mixes. So here is the first one. This is butter. Just get it in. Just a small piece, small amount. Remember, this is really the first time for your baby to have it. So then we can scoop just a small amount because we really don't know how baby will respond. Besides, I'm just dividing these into three. Then you can mix. As you can see, the butter has already melted, started melting rather, and has incorporated itself here. Then we can have a bit of the soup. Just a little. And that's it. There's a small amount of butter there, but it will dissolve gradually. So there you have it. This is just maybe 2 or 3 spoonfuls of food that your child can have. This is greens dodo with and small bit of butter. Now let's set that aside and let's do olive oil. So again, you would have your small amount of vegetable, some soup, and then we can have a small amount of the olive oil, just just a little. We don't need a lot, because you know also olive oil, if you put a lot, it can just throw the taste off. It can just, and you're free to taste these foods and see how your baby reacts to them. In your feeding guide, you have a journal where you can get your thoughts down. When I gave the baby greens with pureed greens with olive oil, he refused to eat. Oh, he really enjoyed it. When I gave them with butter, he really had fun. So now let's do peanut butter. So with peanut butter, I can just transfer this here. I still have the same vegetable. And this one, I bet, is the one they might love the most. So I just transferred my liquid into a cup. You can just have some peanut butter. Peanut butter can be overwhelming, so I might not want to use a lot of it too soon. But I like it because it really gives a creamy texture. It's a local food. Olive oil is not a local food, locally available fat. That's what I was saying. If you use shea butter, if you use ghee, if you use butter itself, that might be something easier for you to use. So as you can see, this is so creamy. So let me even taste. I would also eat this. So there you have it, mothers. Just a recap: we have made green amaranthus, which is the same thing you use. You can also use booger, and we've talked about the nutritional benefits. Then we have used 3 types of fat to be able to capture our fat soluble vitamins. We've used butter, we've used olive oil, and we've also used our locally available peanut butter mix with some sim. And these are the outcomes. I am sure your babies will enjoy them. If you like the information we are sharing, follow us for new videos on preparing foods for little ones using locally available foods. Happy baby fast foods.